pockets deep. Me and cash flow, our love so sweet. I'm a rap god, megastar my name. Unstoppable force, I'm an icon. Mr. Hall of Fame, my name will live on. A black rolling stone, I carry the song. From my heart to yours, my journey is strong. One man army, R.I.P. to the greats. K. Slade, Kobe, Pop Smoke at the gates. Studying under Dr. Sebi. Grinding on 125th, made me his
Which one?
I built my
On the
company
top.
from the
All right.
mud, no debates.
The state's a corporation, so they take the information, the application for the birth certificate, and they deposit it. They make a copy of it, certify it, and register it. Now they send it over to Vital Statistics because that's the holding company. That's who's holding the records, the Vital Statistics. It's the vitals of the state. The state needs them to operate. Then the state takes that copy and sends it to the treasury to create an account for you, which they give you a receipt of it, which is the short form birth certificate. Now they take that birth certificate and deposit it to a trust company. That trust company sends it over to their holding company, which is the clearinghouse. So this is where it's being held at the DTC. And then from your social security number, it has to go through them to access the treasury so that the government can approve it. So this is the debtor, the creditor. He issues the credit, but it is the debtor because he always receives the debts. He sends the promissory notes. So this number is always the employee. So if you create your own business, regardless of which form you do the business, now the SSN is your employee, so you can pay it based off of what stuff you need. And you can issue the credit and debit just like banks and stuff do to access the funds. And that's how you create the trust. SSN, BC, Certificate of Live Birth. It's almost like having God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost, the Trinity. Then of course you got the Certificate of Live Birth, got your upper and lowercase name, it's a land deed. Then you've got your estate, which is your short form birth certificate with the numbers on it. And then you got your SSN straw man with the social security numbers on it. That's your operating company. So you got to put your operating company into a trust that you create. And then it works for the trust. Then it's the employee of the trust. And then you own all of it. The trust is a bank, so you can do the same thing the banks do with issuing securities and accessing the treasures that are stored for you in heaven. I hope that makes sense.
That made perfect sense, bro. You're saying it's helping you realize that everything's free?
Yeah. It's really more about setting up a company to help others, to provide services to others. So when you rule over it, you can choose to be good or bad. And if you're good, you try to help your employees and stuff, because many people may not understand this or want to understand it. Some people are natural leaders.
So they can really, so with that, what my understanding is, we're government employees when we carry that ID, and they could be taking care of us.
Yes, they're doing it right. We're doing it wrong.
Okay.
We need to learn how to use them because they're already the trustees. They already have the securities invested for you through the securities exchange.
Correct.
But you got to set up the right banking accounts and stuff in order to access it. And then when you access it, it's not like they're just going to send you a big check. They've been investing them into all these big corporations that we've been buying from, complaining from. We actually own all of them.
Right.
So once you figure that out, you've invested all the money and stuff that you put in is still there. It's not at the Treasury, it's not at the Federal Reserve, it's not at any of those places. It's being stored at the Securities Exchange. So you have to find those bonds and everything and then communicate with that company to find out how to get a distribution from it. You might have bonds that's worth $100,000. You might have some that's worth $1 million. But if you've got one that's $1 million, instead of getting $1 million out and trying to stick it in a bank account, how about send me $5,000 a month? And then you do that with all the different ones. It's really like a treasure hunt.
You're the golden goose, my friend.
It's a treasure hunt. Is
A
what
treasure
it is.
hunt. That's wild. Bro, not even Don Kalam has seen the light this way.
It's a treasury account. It's a legacy to get to it.
Right. Facts.
Narrow is the path and few will find it. But let the Bible be a lamp and a guide for your path. And you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because, I mean, it's based off of the Bible. You think God's going to create all this stuff and not give you a book to find it?
Right. Facts.
So you have to look at it from the perspective of it's telling you about banking, it's telling you about securities, it's telling you about lawyers and money changers and bankers and different things like that. So you can actually use it today. And whenever you start to figure that out, you start to learn to love everybody like you love yourself. And these people will help you do it because you're on the right path.
Right.
If you're bad and evil and you call somebody up and cuss them out, you think you don't get much help?
Trust me, I know. No, we're not. Don Kalam knows.
Yeah, so none of us are ever going to know everything and be able to memorize everything throughout the laws and history and all that stuff. But if we just go in and we treat these other people that are still people that's here in the same state or country as us, they'll help us learn how to do this stuff. We're supposed to be utilizing them to help us. That's their job.
Right.
But it's easy to look at them and try to go against them because of the stuff that's happened in the past. But it's really not their fault. It's our fault for not knowing how to do it.
That's right.
Now, it's other people that taught us wrong. But
right.
But
Even ourselves, we've taught ourselves wrong. But as long as you keep going, you're gonna learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Get around the right people. But you just being productive and prosperous, like already having assets, I think that allowed you to be able to protect them more. So I like you said you liked about me, I'm helping my students really try to create a cash flow first before trying to protect their assets.
It is, and think like this,
Because everything's business.
What made me start really looking into this more than anything was my kids, my family, was being able to structure everything for their benefit
right.
down the road. And if I can teach them how to be a good boss to people and good to others and how to structure their business, then they can do the same thing. So I'm passing down something that, teaching them responsibility, how to treat other people, how to handle their finances and stuff and do the right thing and be right and honorable. And a father always wants that of his son, but if his son's running around making a mess of everything, they got to have somebody to come back and clean it up. So, what do you think? God set it up this way on purpose? As long as his kids were out there, they didn't learn the fundamentals. They're running around making all these accounts and aren't accountable. You go to the bank and you create what? An account. So you're supposed to be accountable for it. You put debt into it.
Wow.
You're supposed to balance your books.
That's
the only way you
amazing.
can balance your books is to the IRS with the right tax reporting.
That's amazing. You're a genius.
I'm not. I just read.
Hey, the way it's your perception on everything. That's amazing.
I just try to simplify
You
it.
correlate it with the Bible. I love that.
I mean, a father wants to protect his children. I don't want my kids to get in everything that I own and then have to give 30% of it away because having to get a judge to administer my estate whenever I can be setting it up right now with a trust and estate and plan out what I want to do. So instead of writing my will and waiting for me to die, I can create those documents, put it on paper, and create the accounts that will be handed down to them, and nobody else will be able to infringe on that. They won't need anybody else to help them administer it. They'll know how to administer it. And my trust rules can be, hey, if you're out and you get on drugs or something, you don't get a benefit from the trust. I'm working for all this stuff for
I like
you.
that. So that'd be like a clause.
And it's almost like the prodigal son returning.
Right.
If he ever returns, he gets the benefit.
So that's what I was thinking about the whole time that you was talking about handing things off to your kid, that there's that acted crazy. But when he came back, he was able to benefit still. The father had open arms for him.
Yeah, you are the prodigal son. God's
Right.
already set your treasures up here. All you got to do is find your way back. Once you become the age of majority, as they stated in the Code of Federal Regulations. But once you're the age of majority, aren't you a man?
Right.
At 18?
That's it.
So if you're a man and all men are created equal, does it matter how you claim this back? Because if all men are created equal, how can your law oversee my law?
It's like we talked about yesterday. All the thing redemption is accounting.
It is. And being able to stand on it and know it. That's it. Be able to stand on it and know it. Because then if you're in front of a judge or something like that, you're not really concerned or worried about him, because you know he's trying to tell you what man's law is. And God's already told you what his laws were.
Right.
And stand on that. If you stand on that, there's nothing that they can do.
That's right.
How can they got the Bible right there in front of you.
That's right.
So obviously they've got to believe in it.
That's right.
And the first thing they do is they want to see if you're a heathen and see if you'll swear on it, because it tells you in the book, don't swear on it.
That's right.
Not to swear on anything. Affirm on it. And then he's got your back.
So don't swear, affirm.
Affirm on it.
Affirm on it. That's tight.
That's the first trick they try to get you with.
Right.
Then they do the name thing and everything else.
That's tight.
But if they're charging you for something, well, how much does it cost? How much does it cost for me to speed? They charging me with it, but hell, they didn't tell me how much it costs. I might want to speed every day, and I just go ahead and pay them every day.
Right.
You know? We don't ever think about that. We get charged for something.
I could just pay you.
And it's an order of the court. The court's got an EIN number, so it's a dead entity. So how can it order me to do anything? But you have to be an honorable person, not going out bothering other people and infringing on other people's rights. And if you're that type of person, that you'll know how to stand on it, and you'll be left alone. As long as you're not out bothering anybody trying to do anything crazy or crooked, then you're fine.
Right.
And if everybody acted like that, we wouldn't need money in the first place, because then you go to work and you do what you like to do every day for 8 hours. I'm going to go do what I like to do every day for 8 hours. If I need your service, you don't charge me for it, and I don't charge for any of my services. We just do it.
We just do it.
Everybody got to eat, don't they?
Right.
So we need farmers.
Right.
They like to do that.
Right.
They don't want to be in the office.
No.
They want to ride a tractor.
That's right.
I like riding tractors.
That's right.
But we need people that can run the phones and everything else for us. So everybody's got a place. It's just what do you like to do every day?
Right.
Forget the money, and then it's not about the money anymore.
Right.
You like doing it. I like
You
doing
like
this.
doing it.
I like being able to help people.
Right. I could tell. I got a lot of people for you to help. That's
best-
why we're doing this.
Yeah.
You ready to help the public?
I mean, the best feeling in the world is whenever you stop and help somebody on the side of the road, and they thank you for it and everything. And
Well, teach us on, but
they try to pay you and you don't accept it. You just did it because you felt like you needed to stop and do it. So imagine that feeling and getting that every day, instead of being worried about money and bills and everything else.
that's some revolutionary stuff right there.
Yeah. It starts within. You get to see it however you want to.
Right. God always provides for me, so like I stress sometimes, but God, like you talked about, God always provides for you. You have your faith invested in your higher power. You know.
It does.
So
wherever anybody's at right now, you can always think about it and say it could be worse.
Right. It could.
It can get better too.
Right.
But it could be worse than what it is. If I ain't dead and I'm still breathing,
but
I can't go nowhere.
I also feel like we chose what we lead ourselves every step of the way. So we choose what, the fruits of your labor. Your outward appearance is the fruits of your labor.
We did it. Like we talked about earlier, I probably would have never got into any of this information or anything if I hadn't have, didn't really see. It's like just work. But I've got family and all that, so I wasn't willing to take a chance on some of this stuff. Where other people that's been in jail and locked up and stuff, they didn't have anything else, so they didn't have nothing to lose.
Right.
They're the ones that we should give credit to for learning this information and getting it out there, because that's the ones that tried it and went through it to do it.
Right.
It wasn't me. It's me trying to be careful and make sure I don't cause any problems.
Right. Like I said, I was one of those persons that didn't have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I'm going head first. I got to get out. It's go hard or go home.
Yeah. So if those things hadn't have happened, you wouldn't be able to help the people that you've been able to help.
Right.
So how can you say those things were a mistake?
Right.
You learn from them. You don't do them anymore.
Right.
And now you're helping people.
And I turn it into my way of life.
Yeah.
Like God provided. I was able to turn a tragedy into a triumph.
Yeah. I think that's the hardest for people to get in their head. It's just that mindset that everything is business.
Everything is business.
Everything.
And taxes.
Yes. You get up in the morning and you wake up and you turn a light switch on. You got a power bill that's coming.
Ooh.
That's business.
That's deep what you just said. That's deep. You can't even turn the light on without getting billed for it.
That's right.
That's deep.
If they gave your body a deed, then everything in this world is business. Because they're going to tie it all back to it.
With the birth certificate being the deed.
That's right.
Whoa, that's powerful.
They had to have a piece of paper to write some numbers on. It's all paper with stuff wrote on it. But at the end of the day, it's just a piece of paper. If you learn how to put on your piece of paper the same thing that they put on theirs, then a bunch of those pieces of paper just end up in the trash.
Hey, this is J-May, man. Y'all tap in now with J-May. Go to likeneverbefore.org if you're seeing this. You can book a one-on-one consult with J-May. He's ready to help the public, man. He's breaking a lot down. More than this, man, I've learned so much. A lot of stuff, I met him last year in Atlanta, and since then he has most definitely had an impact on even some of my teachings. And you let me do it. You don't say nothing, but I always give you credit.
I appreciate it.
You know, man, because
me a lot.
But I'm telling you, man, you just blew my mind away because I don't get this from my students a lot. It's been a while. It's been years. And then I came across you and Nolan, and you gave me a second win, so to speak, because I was exhausted.
I knew whenever I got into it how frustrating it can be about reading different laws and trying to decipher everything. And so I tried to simplify it to me to make sense.
You simplify it, boy. That's what you do.
Because people need to be able to see it, because we all have the opportunity to be able to go and pick the job that we want to do, the things that we like to do every day, and make the money part less relevant.
Right.
And then everything you do is like helping somebody on the side of the road who's got a flat tire. When you get done with every customer, you're going to have that good feeling that you helped somebody. And that's better than any dollar amount in the bank account.
Wow. That's, you just send chills down me, man, saying that. I mean,
it's numbers on a screen. It's something wrote on a piece of paper.
Well, I just want to say you really live a secure party creditor type of life, man. You know, you got multiple locations you can lay at. You understand the private and the public. You understand the difference, you know? So I like that, man.
It takes a little while. I tell everybody to be patient with it and just keep reading.
Keep reading.
That stuff will start to come together.
And have faith.
Yes. Think of it like this. All the laws and thoughts and everything that you got up in your head is like looking up at all the stars in the sky. And those things are going to start to connect. And whenever they all come together, you'll start to see it all clearly. And then you just need a little bit of help from people here and there, because you understand what names go where, what you're doing. You might have some questions and still need some help, but it'll be very specific questions, because you'll see, okay, well, I see if I do it this way, how I can use this.
Right.
To protect yourself or to make a separation of something. It's just all how you can word it and define and create it. You're really creating your trust in business with filing documents and stuff like that the way that you understand it. And then you'll stand on it.
Understand, right, and then stand on it.
That's right.
Make sure y'all tap in and tune in with Jason, man. Let's peace.